Hello friends. Welcome again on our channel, but today we will not tell any book summary because I do not mind. Now you must be thinking what I am speaking. Once you take a look in our everyday life, we all often do it, often postpone our important work by saying that today not tomorrow. We do not feel like doing today, exclusive. So we have reserves, but if we take our next thing out of life, then everything will become so easy and smooth. Today we are going to talk about Brian Tracy's work No Exclusions, The Power of Side Discipline, where we will know how this thing can be taken out of our life. It talks only about discipline and how in every aspect of our life, whether it is work, family, relationship, health, not peace, all this is related to self-discipline. Many attempts are conducted on worldwide and different on test book by making this book 20, whose costing ranges from $500 to $1,000. Cork City from 40,000 to 80,000 rupees. That's why we decided to present it, because we also present it like a course so that you can get this course absolutely free. So like this video, and the longer it is, then sit very carefully with paint so that you can take full advantage of it. At the end of this video, its full details have been given because any knowledge is incomplete without tension. All the tops have been told in great detail. That's why this time is a bit long, but every chapter of this book is very important. So watch this video in which we will talk about success, responsibility, money to it, debt, just job, help, fitness, sunrise, march on, how all this connected to self-discipline. If you are on our channel for the first time, then subscribe the channel immediately and also like the video unity. Then let's start again. The first chapter of this book shall be displayed in about 300 years ago. Aristotle said that the life of humans is ultimate. Stay something. Start with a penchant for your own success, that you can succeed. Imagine how it would look like if you had a business, career, health and funny situation ID. A popular destination says that living our life the way we want it is called success, but one thing is for sure, that everyone knows what to do to be successful. Still, something stops them from succeeding. It is their excuses, and just lack of discipline is not that you do not know what you have to do, but it is that you do not have the discipline to do it. Most of you will know that among the top in our society, people have @ value. This is because unfortunately the same person makes very little effort to improve their lives. Then according to 20, most people learn in the first year of their job and stop learning after that. But the most interesting thing is that those who have made a lot of money have started with no money or very little money. Once Thomas Stanley, who is the writer of Tamil Anekjod, interviewed 500 millionaires for almost 50 years and surveyed 11,000 people, and in the interview 85% of them said that they had better education or a lot of intelligence. But her companions believe are not to work harder than any other person, but success is possible only when you stop taking something easy, that you get only when you discipline yourself to work hard for a long time. Not only this, the writer-painter of this book was also a similar person, that too speech at. He used to go upstairs. That is, he used to spend his previous salary before his next salary came. He always wondered why some people are very capable in the setting while others are not. Then one day a top salesman told that from the top 20% he earns 80% of the money, and then Wright decided that he would ask the top 20 questions to the people. We learned a lot about the viral of universe, which says that if you want to be a secretary in an area, then you have to decide how to get these MS access and practice those skills again and again until you recognize your doubts. Your programs are fine, but after a certain point it does not work. I attended seminars here, and for 3 years I got very good results, and I made my comeback and became a toxins man, but in the last 2 years this match went only one and does not work now. Then the entry scene answered and asked what was such a thing. The job used to do 2 years ago and the last not doing it for 2 years. Then that person shook all his disappointments and said that I understand what has gone wrong, have stopped taking 23 for the last 2 years, and I have understood where the mistake has happened. So the point is that to increase any film export, you have to give time to learn the skills that are necessary for the eyes. It's like perfect fitness. When you stop behaving, you start getting in shape. And to keep something in the shop, you need workouts every day, every month. When we turn off the service pin code in our lives and become human beings on this updater, we are stronger, we have better flights and determination. Recently that to become some leader you have to do something that you have not done yet. To build a super career you have to add a higher level of discipline. Moving on to the next chapter, which is Edison Plan Character, where you will learn how the set display and character are related to each other. Every time you choose a difficult path and constantly work on it, if you do it, then you make your character strong. On the other hand, if you ever compromise and take the easy path, the problem only makes fashion and it makes your character weak. You need a lot of Brisbane to do a good, and Sir Discipline requires a lot of strong willpower. Not only that, even more strong to keep the temptation away. Willpower is needed. It is like a license test where there is mental stress on every side. Wisdom can be done by reading that, but it is confident. Hello, job loose in it. Our mind takes decisions by looking at the difficulty level, and we often take it easy not because it is right but because our mind is not to do it. But to do extra correct work, you have to choose the right path and not the easy path. When you walk the difficult path instead of the easy path, or choose the right path instead of the wrong path, then this step increases your self-esteem, a strong character that people do, and you start feeling good about yourself. Not only that, you also have the wrist of other people and they start doing it or not, and it takes you towards the west direction and people start clicking their personal. Talking about the film. 3 things are needed to create a better personality. The first is your fighter, the second is your selfie, Chili, and the third cancelled his team. Just for the idol, think about some of the qualities that you see in others and they want to top themselves. It is about achieving clarity, or what they want to be. Superior people in their own, they are very clear about the feature, what they want to be and what they want to do. They are not confused like others, they do not take the wrong decision. On the other hand, weak people choose the easy path because they do not have clarity, but remember that the easy path does not take you anywhere. After this comes safe Chili, which is very important for the central bank account. When you yourself are a calm, if you look positive and like a helicopter person, then you also share more stand options with power and others do more repair. Along with this, you feel yourself and the situation in control. The third point of personality is the service team, how much you like yourself and how you also grow. By performing well and working continuously on yourself. Click on you to make self-esteem glow. Learn no skill, be it in sales or any other field. There is no skill song, but make the point is that never-ending romance will select your height self-esteem, but the most important is consistency. So it drops both your confidence and self-esteem. If you want to do a lot in life, then what is the long-term importance? Because the more you think about plots, the better you will do in the short term. Whenever you can take or do not keep your gradual fast, then tell some to back in your heart this is not Lakshmi and resolve that problem by doing this. If you are in a situation in life where you are not living on your own style, then today you will not have a guzzle to confirm your penis right now, and you will also put it easy to confirm your penis. You will once again find yourself happy and in control when you think and talk about the viewers you want in other. Most is tomato and do it on, then you program yourself in the subconscious mind for those viewers till the return starts wishing mightily. Now in the next chapter we will talk about this discipline and response meeting, how these two are related to each other. According to Paul, if a person is on the top in the business film, if they want to reach the floor, then they should send the soil to power and make a distance from such a, but soon they have to add that which can take them to their house by disciplining yourself and raising your life's choice. Sponsor that your pretty notifications make you happy and successful in life. Accepting responsibility is the most difficult part of discipline, because without it there is no success is not possible, and not being able to accept you're responsible becomes unproductive. Officer powder and similarly many features end up and oil filters become good. When you are a child, your parents decide everything for you, while you take your decisions, but when you grow up, you start taking more and more medicine for yourself because children have no decision for you. And you unknowingly feel that you are responsible for this problem. The most common mentality we all have is that I am not to develop. That is, we always do ourselves better or not better. We think that other people who are happier and more confident than us are better than us, and what flirt feelings we inculcate in us. But the truth is that people take their fees and see this point and do everything. When we get penned, we start looking around us to see who to plane through our speed because we do not want to take responsibility ourselves, and surely the same will happen in your life too. We all have a Mongol to be happy, and this happiness comes from the lack of every Muslim, but the question is how to do this page thing. Remember, negative only it comes when we are not able to take emotions in a constructive way. To not blame our problem. We need a lot of settings, and to avoid making its juice, a lot of self-control is needed. Along with this, To take this response big, a lot of discipline is also needed that whatever condition you are in, whatever you are, whatever happens to you, all that happens to you is all yours. Whenever something happens to you that triggers your anger, this necklace reaction, then immediately end the shivling by saying that I am responsible, because just moment you accept this responsible at that time, you cannot be this necklace in anger, without being calm, clear, positive and focused, you do not have any response. As long as you keep clicking someone else for your life, you will click yourself small and helpless, like a person, but when you start taking responsibility for everything, then you will be the chance of your life that the job will be active. We see it as the biggest problem and condition of many people, earning money, spending it, investing in, especially from lost salt, and this is the reason why we also have many seasons regarding money, but whatever it is that you are responsible for your funny stitching. You do the juice, decide, and you cannot blame anyone else for this. There is a cataract relationship in responding and accepting on the portion control in your life. It means that as much as the more you do the response tree app, the more control of experience you do. When you accept the responsible, then you do strong, powerful off butterfly. By accepting the responsible, negative emotions are eliminated. If there is a real don't for your anger and tension, then it is the population in the direction of your family. For this, first of all, take your thoughts, feelings in a shankar complete control. Then we will start working on things that are important to you so that you do not have time to think about the weather and express them. Move forward with it. They move forward with self-discipline and shell. Tantra and Imran say that there are many British among the discipline school survey completed. This is because you have the ability to set goals and work on them. The daughter of deleting something decides your feature, because to make a life worth living, you have to set some. You may have heard that you can never chat that state, like you cannot see the coding of a survey has only 3% of the value, has clearly written echoes and plants in these 3 questions. People are also the rest of the non. Now you must be wondering why this is so. The simplest answer is that if you have a clear Google and a clear plan to achieve, then you will also have a track to walk. Such people are focused on the same amount instead of wandering, and therefore people who set the shell are more weaks than the rest of the people. In 2006, USA Today conducted a study in which they selected many people who had taken new registration, those people who wrote their pimples, in 2 categories: 2012 who wrote their pimples and took graduation in other districts but did not write it anywhere. People who did not write to their fans and I only chart portion people followed their relationship. On the other hand, of those who wrote their relationship, 44% shared it, and it had a different success rate. And all this thing happened only by writing on cricket, but by simple work. Humans are always that enemy, and you will be happy in life when you have a layer of gold for which the approach can work. The light to set is on, but it is one of the most important disciplines. Now we will talk about such a 7th tip method, with the help of which you can achieve your goal. The first step in this is to decide what you need knowledge. This decision should be specific. If you want to increase your income, then decide the expressway cannot, because of a lot of money. Now you have to use it. Take this solution because unwritten round cigarettes are like varieties. It has no power of force effect. There is something written that you can see, touch, read and improve if needed. Now comes the 3rd step when you set your calculated distance. For this you do not touch a pimple time victim and edit the article by the date you want to do this solution thing. If the roll is big enough, then not a side effect, and keeping your final in mind. Set that bad. Then in the first step, make a list of every single thing that you think you can do to achieve your goal. Make a cartridge of all your officials and difficulties so that you need to water your blood. For as much as it is, whether it is internal, this trinary feet step in your real list sequence, you press on it in between the roti. After that, the step is to take your friends an immediate reaction, and the final tip is that you do something every day that takes you towards your goal. After knowing all these 7 things, move towards 5 chapters they just display, and always remember about the day after tomorrow, about excellence, that you are your first set. Your ability to move forward is unlimited. Most people do not realize this, and they take their daughter for 4 hours. Similarly, the bill of earning money is also like a muscle. Just as the strength and power of the body can be increased by exercising regularly year after year, in the same way if you are regular. If you stop exercising or ignore, then your earning bill also becomes weak like your muscle. Some people are actually getting their voice with each passing year. Their earning is decreasing because they are not updating their own knowledge, and if this continues for a long time, then you will lose your competition from your stand. Mental fitness is very important to relax. If you want to do this job, then you have to work on it all your life. But you have to constantly learn and fill every day, every week, every month, and if you want to join 20% of people and be there, then you should do this throughout your career. You see people who are less intelligent and less talented than you but still doing their life much better. But how the answer is very simple. At the point of his life, he did this reliance that the only mantra of success is personal and professional growth. The best news is that all the important ones can be learned. Business skills can be learned. Every salesperson can go backwards. Every top salesperson was once a big boss salesperson. In the same way, all money-making philosophy can be done because every rich person was poor at some time, but the most important is to take decisions. It is said that any major change comes in your life when your comment collides with a new idea and then you decide to take your questions to complete your questions, to operate with your skill and not to go to the same college. For this you need to go all the ways to reach the success of just taking electricity. Whatever you need to learn to reach the top in your film is already thousands of people 19, and if you take that end back then he will also give you the device. Successful people keep their work aside and help them in the success of other people. But for you, it is all like the quantum of solace end. Once you take the advance, now start following it immediately. If you cannot take it directly to the device, then their box will be toxic. And attend the seminar. Listen to the borders they have created. Not only that, you want so you can take advice by meeting them, but always eat your basics. If you are thinking about how to become the best, then in this book, 3 simple are given, with the help of which you can become a waste. The first step is 7 minutes every day. Something related to you again. After that, the second step is that if you are sitting empty in your car, then the time of knowledge related post is watch our video, and the third step is to take a course related to your field. Participate in the society. With these 3 SAPs, 7 such stress-free programs have been given in this book, with the help of which you can reach the top. The first of which is that you write to yourself 2 hours before the first appointment of your day, and after that you write yourself repeatedly every day. It is that you plan your every day for advance. After that, the post is to make yourself single to focus on one thing. Different. 500 steps is that you listen to knowledge-related content in your free time, and in step you ask 2 magic questions after organizing the share. First, ask yourself what I did right, and then ask what I could have done differently on this. In the last set, you treat the person you met like $1 million customer. Now let's talk about this chapter, i.e. side, discipline and career. Generally we are afraid of many things, and all this is absolutely normal and natural. Often fear is necessary to avoid these essentials, to avoid this fast, to avoid mistakes. But if everyone is afraid, so what is the difference between a brave person and a coward? The difference is that the brave person depends on himself despite all that fear, to convert these problems, to delete them, when a fear person lives under fear, lets the powder control himself. But the least underneath of all these that we all experience is the poverty of fear. And this fear of losing money did not take any kind of risk to the people, and thus they miss the police vivo. They are afraid that when the time comes to take a chance, they go to almost the fertilizer. But the best way to reduce all this is the visualization lining. You can change only by editing on mission visualization, as if the quality you want is already in you. When you recognize a fear and discipline yourself, take some action for it, then you will see that gradually it becomes smaller and double, and when your fear decreases, then your confidence fills, and soon there is no fear on you. There is no control. A good leader has 2 types of quality. First of all, the most common cause 15 is a good leader. Not only this, he also has a clear vision of where he wants to be in his personal life in the future after some time. And the second quality is courage, i.e. the action he has to take to realize his vision. He has the tact to take the moment from the front. Famous writer Mark Twain has said that I worry about many things in life, and most of those things never happen. This happens to us too. First, let's take a look. It is believed that 99 things that worry about never happen. When you practice like this and displaying raw courage and force some to pay tuition fees, then you recruit it, Justin. Self-respect increases and takes on your portion. In such a way you reach the point in your life where you are not afraid of anything. Who does not want people to like us? But in education, we put limitations on ourselves in many ways that no one likes us by doing something, but keep us united without the judgment of others. Our life has every right to live with our principle. The correct to be disliked book. You have a closer look at this thing. You can also get phone permission to time summary. You can also download some of us, many courses, thousands of reports, and that elixir can also be done. For this you do not even need to sit in this place. While doing that, you can do it while eating food while traveling. Currently running with annual membership, only fiction in rupees instead of 399 rupees, this for it quickly and specially. Use the chicken code because it is available only to the latest news. Its link has also been put in the description. The chapter of this book talks only about discipline persistence. Persistence means to keep discipline in taking action. That is, despite all your setbacks and temporary serials, it is very important for your ability to be successful. There is persistence, and similarly the primary reason of the pillar is also lack of training. That is, getting up too early is direct in self-esteem on our body display. When we decide to get ourselves to do the work that we should do, even if we like it, we increase our self-esteem, but the most important quality for successful sense is positivity. Remember that you have no choice, so avoid not making friends or excuses to anyone else, and whenever you complete the practices it makes you weak and also reduces the building of doing with a particular situation, but the reason is that you do not be responsible for your suggestion. Always keep your focus as a solution without any fees. And focus on what can be done right now, instead of thinking that someone else should do it for what has happened. Always watch something positive in every show to stay positive. Which of your smarts can fold a time hit? So when you are looking good, you will automatically feel positive and think good. Then the back relation to working on the display. Football coach Vince Lombardi says that levers are not created and they are made of the same quality as everything else. He lies, and this is the price we have to pay to make any of our calls major. Your life, unlike the bus station, has the biggest impact on your work life. Senior executive of the company's group was asked what would be the most important quality of any person that you need for your company. 1/3% of the institute did a job that the most important quality is your ability to set up your property and rob the highway, and you get 50% success in the display of entering any work quickly and well. You have 20% work, and now yours the job is to identify the cents off on these 20 and concentrate on completing those tasks well and quickly for a single month. Take a lot of your time and spend a lot of your time on hello tasks and activity. There are some simple ways to double your activity. Like, first, make for these things that you do in one from death to the end of the week. Now review this less, or ask a special question that if I did only one work from this list for the whole day, then what would be the work that helped my company the most? But now ask yourself for the same question, second and third task. Now it works here. Return free. That is, there are 3 primary things here which you do which contributes 90% to the company formation. You have to identify these tasks Basandi and differentiate yourself to do these 3 things. One more thing is important here, that when you are working, you will only work in that time. You must have seen many people gossiping in their working class doing exams that the biggest time minister would have said. Those who want to talk to you, want to distract you, want to get you late, and want to take from you that you should have used high value in work. Then there is a small trick to stay away from those who waste such time. You will talk in some positive ways to keep yourself motivated and focused, and your mantra should be a back to work. And whenever if you find yourself slow in a big toss, then repeat the magical words from yourself that back to work. And yes, another tip for success in your work, use soft and mixed work, a little more on less but a little more work, and do not stay for a while. This formula will only make you look from your computer that they will not even be able to catch you. Similarly, the leadership toe celebrates a you are connected to another, about which we will talk in this chapter. You can never imagine a leader who only lacks display and willpower, self-control, and only master. The most important quality of any leader is that he is in complete control. Intuition from home and opportunity leadership can be done. Leaders are love or users are bellow. Time training on hard work experience during this development process. You go through 4 levels in your business career where you start replying with experience on very little drain. Fridge AC. You grow, learn, and get the results that people do. You go to high level and become a supervisor, and as you move forward on the force for supervision, you become a manager, that is, a person who does the work of people. The primary reason for promoting people to a higher level of leadership is that they show their ability to achieve the required results at the level. Now this chapter is about service, plain and business. The first mantra of success in business is that you want to sell people what they need and at a price that they can easily accept and give strong competition to all other viewers. All your competitors also start the day every day thinking about how to get you out of the competition. Even if your customers can achieve sales profit, then you need to put a report to beat these competitions. Every chapter note business owner will meet and work between hours. Some of these introduces work 70 to 80 hours in the years of some drop of their business. Similarly, if you want to become in business, then you have to make decisions of that level that to work so much time and hard work. You have to make yourself different. Friends, skin and money also have a relationship which we will see in this chapter. I will understand the function problem in our life. The primary is absolutely different Salmon woman and control when you were young but you used to get money from somewhere. Whether it was your pocket money or from a relative. The first thing you and I thought was that with that money either we will buy candy or then toys. In the same way when you get money, your mind is to spend everyone on them. He starts to be cream on something that you were happy with, at least in the project itself. So now you will have a question in your mind that what is its solution? Then its solution is reboring. That is, you have to reach your subconscious man. You have to remove the yellow square from the virus of that building and add savings from outside the lace on it in Delhi on Friday. It means that to bring the dead body into your thinking, you can also open your local bank explanation freedom account. What kind of account will it be in which you will have to deposit money for the long term and when your money wants it in the account, mix it and make it spread that you never spread this money until you have a front system. It is that you start by saving only the question of your corporation. Keep it a container for some time and after some time it will make it happy. Keep increasing the time gradually and believe me, you will be able to see a lot of big changes in the long term. With this discipline, both your attitude towards spending your money and your attitude towards spending it will change. You will become more disciplined before investing anywhere. By doing this, you will never let your feet gain like you have earned so hard. Now let's talk about the match of compound interest. About this, famous scientist Albert Einstein said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of this world. It means that if you are from 21 years to 65 years of age, $100 every month from Yankee proximity, $8,000 if you invest it in a bond fund or index fund that gives a return of 60 to 10%. Then at the age of 65 you will have more than $1 million, that is about 8 crores, but for this, side discipline and self-control is required. There is no diesel to get out of debt and achieve furniture independence. After that calculate your network and also your hips and liabilities, then open a separate bank account and put a question of fuel in it. Along with this, make a list of all you're done and start repaying them and be the first to be those whose interest is high to be financially independent by the end of their career. Unite and set a goal of it. Along with this, set a monthly bundle for yourself and also set any function and vote your head this water until you recognize your special blood. Most of the time determines your quality of life. Along with that you cannot save time. You can spend it differently than that is, you can spend your time somewhere else. Like people from value to highway diameter, and some people say that the punishment of their career is the most important for them and still they go home and watch TV for hours. Some say that the front is important for them and then they go out and play games or start committing suicide because your tells you and others what you value. Just as you invest the day after tomorrow to make you want high returns for it, you should also waste your time thinking you should be able to fix maximum results from your limited time. So before doing any time-consuming activity, definitely ask yourself if it is the best use of my time. Time management services lack of funds leads humans to it, so that people spend more time on this no-value toss and what you do again and again when it comes to publishing. This simple time management system has been created which you can use to reduce it further, that you use ABCD minutes and make 5 lists, in which there will be those trans in English which is very important and which can cause very serious damage. Even after that there will be such trans in the list those who have to do but it is a little less important. There will be less in the C list, which feels good to do but they do not have any result. Even after this, make those comments in the list which you do not need to do yourself and they can be given to someone else to do, and in the last come the work which is not necessary for your nails and limit them. This chapter explains how the side plays an important role in solving problems. During your entire life, you will press many problems, frill punch, timely, just and politically, and when something goes wrong, The natural habit of most people is that they get angry and start blaming someone else, but this is a waste of energy and nothing is solved by this. Instead, when you present this pulling problem, first of all calm yourself so that you can focus on the solution instead of the problem. And the vaginal and meaningful article also to think about what only makes to take a better decision by treating the situation. Here is a formula from 7 that you can solve this Italian problem. Take the time to design your problem in the first set. Then ask yourself in the system if it is really a problem. Remember that there are some things that you want to do. Can't do anything. So those problems are not there. They are effects like the market is down. After that, ask yourself in the waist up if there is any other problem other than this. Just ask in more steps how this problem started. Like the problem and mix it and do that. The same mistake should not happen again and again. If any problem is coming again and again in your life, mute business. This means that your business is properly and I am not in this and Yahoo is going to control. Then the step will be to have a possible solution on them. The more possible solution of roasting. If you get the right solution, then there will be half a chance. In the next step, ask yourself what can be the best solution at this time. It is better to have any solution than not having a solution. So stop saying this. It is that you should fix the problem immediately with the very happy problem and only Butch and Prawn should leak the matter. After that, your second step medicine is not which solution to select, what action to take, what will be the club and what do you have to do right now. The biggest record of solving the problem is that you do not get the approach to solve the big and important problem. Values career promotion mostly depends on your problem-solving scalp. The more you focus on the solution, you will get the solution according to your own and the more you will be able to help yourself in the mission. It has been told in this chapter that Discipline and Harper have told about it. You hear I tell the truth contrary to your life success when end displaying all 5 tree, and if you practice self-control, then you can be really happy and then you will be able to feel in life control. When your income and life are going according to your select test, then you are happy. On the other hand, if your current situation is different from your vacation, then you will click disconnected and will not be able to be happy. It's not a goal that you can set and do the same thing, but a product once a week that you get when you are doing an activity that is expensive. You enjoy it. Happy nickel. Size different. And for Sir Discipline, it is important to have both things. First is what is happy for you and second is what it means for you, what you have to do for this water. You are made up of these 5 things. Health and want. Your relationship means full work, financial independence and selection. That is, such feelings that she is becoming that which is in the making of festivals. After this chapter has been talked about service plane and person help. Nowadays sawdust are living the longest and best life of the film industry. None of the same kind should be to become one of these people. Today I have one he stitched from 26. 8 yes hi our female key sage ie. Lage this year our whacked sati teji ja rahi hi. But now the question arises that how to become of those people. For that you have to follow Hewitt with the first thing, but that instead of fitting, the focus was on eating. You can do intermittent fasting and it is also necessary to eat normal food. Turmeric means no, and your last meal is at least 3 hours before sleeping. The second tweet is that eat light food because eating more makes you tired and lazy, while light food makes you turmeric. And the third habit is that do not select in between your means or that can cause problems in the digestive system. First let your body digest the food and only after 5 hours getting your yoga photo. And the most important thing is that you exercise for 30 minutes a day or 2 minutes a week. While driving next, wearing a seat belt is a 6th habit to stay away from smoking because smoking causes 32 different types of diseases, including lung cancer, breast cancer, stomach cancer, heart disease, and the intake is absolutely confirmed motivation because studies say that daily taking 1 to 2 glasses of wine on a basis keeps digestion good and is very light beneficial, but taking it on this honor can also create all kinds of problems. To maintain a better health, you need 5 pieces, that is, proper tweet, proper diet, proper exercise, proper rest and proper attitude. Immersion has a big role in physical fitness and talk about this. Our chapter schedule is high level of fees in physical fitness, and to maintain it, discipline and willpower is needed from the lantern when exercising. If you want to live a long blood and happy life, then there is no need for exercise. You have to do it. Fitness experts say that you should exercise for 2 to 3 minutes a week to get maximum fitness. This means that you also have to do 5 to 7 days, 30 days. The best time to exercise is in the morning because those who wake up in the morning and exercise for 7 minutes with light Their exercise is permitted. The chances of making bags increase significantly, so whenever someone comes by doing super running exercises, you will see happiness, and this happens due to a side effect that 25 to 30 minutes of exercise after works their green sleeps definitely, which is good then gets done when you size in the morning. If I ever do it, you start feeling hungry, and because you exercise in so much turmericly you automatically have cravings for turmeric food, you decide less for sweet chocolate, it ends completely, and this is the biggest brother of exercising. One of the products is in this chapter. We will talk about how their service airplane is important in marriage. Your relationship. Trust to respect is the foundation quality for any marriage relationship. Then married life in two people can be deleted during this time, but as long as the trust in it is between them, their relationship supervisor will do it. It is said that whatever we do in life, they either do it to get love or to compensate for love. Without proficient love and acceptance, anyone can have many types of personality physical related problems. Being happy is possible only when the victory of your love is full. Being self-disciplined in any relationship means that the company is opener and destroyed. No sir, display me in history. It is important that you are also doing a job somewhere clearly and are thinking without any operation inside and very little. And for the patient, listen to the feelings and opinions of others, listen to that thoughts and opinions. The most important factor for movie quality is the display of listening. We often do not listen to our partner properly, or the computer ignores the normal man bad list. And it's not because she's not interested, but it's because her mind is focused on something else and gets easy distract. There are 4 simple rules for effective relationship discipline. First, listen to interest when she's talking to you, and because you're a man, you have to move your distractions towards TV and turn off the radio. Shut down the swift, decries your partner. Keep it lightly like turmeric and single-mindedly focus on what she's saying. The best way to express affection is to listen to what she's saying because you value it, give her full attention, or is between the woman. Satisfies the subconscious. Friends have rights that before answering pause is the second discipline of listening, stopping before replying a few seconds. Year understand carefully what they have said, and when you hold you save from intercepting the next person. Africa. Third is this bank account. Ask for clarification. Never assume that you know all that the other person is thinking while doing. Instead of if you are not clear, then simply ask what you want to say exactly. I did not understand. And the fourth way is that it is not the season of every person that their partner talks to them. So if you want to complete the date for your partner, then definitely read this point, and both male and female fingers work. Side effects are also very important in children, which has been told in this round. Like an adult, you are also affected by the things that your grandparents did to your parents, and how you treat your children depends to a large extent on how your parents set you up. Tenets and values are determined by seeing how much time the people closest to them give them. Time is no substitute for it. Once it's gone, you can never make up for it. Perhaps the biggest rate that Prince carries is that when my kids were young, I didn't spend much time with them. Children post you to think in the long term, and when you do this, that whatever you do to your children in the early stages now has a direct impact on their future generation as well. Then you become more thoughtful and sensitive about what you call them or how you treat them. Become a role model for your children, because when you put self-control into practice on the side display, especially then answer, I am upset in anger, then your children also learn the same. Later when they are upset in anger, they will also practice discipline and self-control like you. In a research study, the resources said that children are their own about the world, yes, by seeing how they mean them by their own abuses, and if they help them in control of the work relaxed. The most important thing that you can do is to mute the balance and character in your children. You set yourself such a role model and show the balance that you want to see in your children. When children speak the truth, they are confident in the eye service team and confidence. They become stronger together. Their respective height increases, and they look directly into your eyes and tell that they are garlic or thinking and what they are feeling. They are quite different from children who lie. These are true things. The most important follow of all that you teach your children is how much is that forgiving someone, forgiving negative weather is the biggest root cause, and when you click to do it, your child or daughter also cries. Eating your children with value is a lifelong job. You cannot remain silent by just giving a lecture on truth and compassion, but you have to repeat this lesson every day. Every day. Half that your children will do it the same way. The way you behave is that when you think like this, it forces you to show the next developed control and only discipline. In this chapter, we will talk about how others also ask for side effects. 50% of your happiness comes only by having good relations with people and unfortunately connected to people not even on your device. Side Close explains that when we do a job, he either builds the Mary Celeste team or saves it from people because every person is hypersensitive about his value and importance. What you think about yourself or how much you like yourself is revealed by husband safe merch or by how you see yourself and how do you feel about yourself. In life, you make friendships with people who make you comfortable, and when you are with people who treat you like you are important on the daily floor, you enjoy a higher level of self-esteem. You do yourself and respect yourself and you face the present of those people. If you are in school, for example, it seems that if the teacher likes you and pays attention to you, then you can always see better, even in work. Perhaps the biggest motivation is that we only take the tension of impress. When we feel that when the boss and the boss care for him and not this employee, then he starts considering himself as valueless and performs in his job. The dimple of freeing people's importance is not subconscious while you do something to increase the service team of a person. You appoint a bomb chief, which increases your own self-esteem. The simple way to build a good relationship with another is to fix them as important. Here are the clear ways to get people to fix the important. There are processes that you can learn from repetitions. First, that people do all as they are. Learn to send to others. Second, to be positive in people's words, to agree to Chauk Raghu Parmar. Fifth, people had tension. Small someone criticize content nor complete. And seventh, keep good feelings in mind for people when they meet someone after a long time. Ask them that how are you and listen to their answer carefully. People share their life insurance and problem with you, and when they do this, they show consideration and sensitivity. Set their problem like it is very important for you too. When you behave like that, you are very interested in a person's problem and the condition is then you are a human being from sugar. This last chapter of this book talks about the service plane and the peace of mind. If you really want to delete your nails and touch your true potential, then you need a high level and discipline. For many centuries, in all religions and fees, the peace of mind has been given a special place. Your own peace of mind is the chief connectivity, as the highest level of your success and as the nodal minister for your happiness. To succeed in the outside world, you have to discipline yourself to stay focused and concentrated. Work your job, take the country section towards it and become better and simpler petrol than before. On the other hand, to succeed in the interval, you have to be fine. Positive qualities are needed from the say. To achieve the inner peace, you have to differentiate yourself. To blend those things, the job does not disturb the peace. The most important reason to ruin the negative emotion and inner peace is to plain without blame that it is not possible to come inside you. Try to make things happy and do not click anyone. Many people start loving their suffering. The problem of the past becomes the primary focus of their life. They keep thinking about what has passed. The condition goes on day and night about them. With those who have hurt them nearby and who are not present yet, and whenever they study in any condition, they are their own survivors outside their life. Even high pimples ko beside kar lagdi high tell what happened and they were treated patambra but jab op opni nikli mujhe ko justify na ko discipline cart high tab badi high calm nahi jo op ko bb op ko accept kar lead high say. Opki negativity which is associated with any harm or situation is eliminated. Then friends, tech medicine here you have such a skill that everything can be achieved by acquiring it. As we have seen in this time, everything from which letter to happy health Kamali inner peace depends on self-discipline. If we want, we can improve every aspect of our life. If we want, then we need to discipline ourselves. If we want to be the most successful person in the world, can become a lot of money, can increase your decreasing thing, can make good relations with people. Just for this, we have to take a tub towards deleting ourselves from today. We have to prepare ourselves for the pen, and believe me, the day is not far when why should they be in their sandals. So friends, this code is south. Now you have to make a list of play campaigns in 24 hours, in which you will take the details very carefully, digit at the top and then write your name. After that, 3 changes related to each chapter that you need to be successful and different. Such as chapter 1. Services and success. At that time this most important decision can be, I will never make excuses, I will never take shortcuts, and I will always focus on learning. These 3 points have been taken from April of the year. If you want, once again watch this video by doing a chapter. In this way you have to take 3 points from each chapter and work on them for a month. Okay. After a month you have to check this point and see that you can follow the points and skin no. After that this exercise revise you will write back 3 points of each chapter. It can be same and different, and India will follow back for 1 month and then 3 points of next month have to follow this cycle for 6 months, and I guarantee that you will become a very disciplined, successful and transformed person after 6 months. To make every month's notes, you can also put all this information in the comment section. This will also inspire other people from you. You can read in more detail by ordering this book. The link is given in the description. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, then subscribe to the channel, like the video and also comment. You will get even better soon. Thank you so much with the video.